Hi, I'm Alex Fink with Certified Transmissions, and today I'm going to show you how to test for water or coolant contamination in your transmission fluid. Ultimately, what will happen is the cooling system or the radiator will fail and the coolant will mix with ATF. Once this happens for the vehicle, that the cooling system has failed, there's no fixing it. You can't flush the fluid, you can't exchange the fluid and fix the problem. The cooling system has failed, and the only way to fix that is by replacing the cooling system in the vehicle. Even if the core didn't fail because of this contamination, it will cause a problem and a failure in the replacement transmission. That's why it's imperative to check every core and check the fluid and make sure that we aren't getting this contamination and this problem. So what will happen? Initially, some things, it can cause TCC slip issues. It can cause pistons to delaminate like some of these here. It can cause frictions to delaminate. It can cause parts to rust over time and cause a whole bunch of different problems. So we need to test it and make sure that doesn't happen. So how do we do that testing? We recommend using a hot plate. If your shop doesn't have a hot plate, we recommend getting one. What you can also use is even just a coffee plate warmer. Turn that up, do the exact same test that we're going to do right here, and it gives the exact same result. So we're going to start here with some clean ATF, and we'll show you guys what that looks like on a hot plate. And then we'll switch by contaminating it with some antifreeze, and you guys will see what that looks like. So you want to get your hot plate hot and get it to a nice temperature, a nice, just like you're cooking. So this is clean ATF, where basically, you might get a little smoke if you're at a right temperature, but there's no boiling, there's no crackling, anything like that. So next, I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of antifreeze, ready to go antifreeze, and we'll mix that with our quart and we'll see what happens. Put our lid on, we'll give us a little shake. We'll get our hot plate going again. Mix in some fresh fluid. And you see, just like that, the hot plate bubbles, crackles, which obviously none of that happened with the clean ATF. So this is quite easy to tell. We used 1 tablespoon here. You really can detect coolant in the transmission fluid with as little as 15 drops of coolant to go in an entire quart. So it doesn't take much, but that means that your cooling system has failed if we're getting this contamination. Again, the only fix for this is to replace the cooling system in the vehicle. Next, while you're doing that, it's required to do a hot flush on every vehicle before you do the R&R. A hot flush is required. Basically, the core has failed. It's deposited friction material, clutch material, metal contamination through the entire cooling system, and we need to get that out of there. The only way to do that is with a proper hot flush. So if you can't hot flush either, then it's also required to replace the cooling system. So thank you today for watching. I hope this has given you some better information to better help your customers. Thank you.